Ladies and gentlemen, today Minecraft Snapshot 17w13a was released, containing a large amount of new things for Minecraft PC Edition version 1.12. My name is slicedlime. Let me take you on a tour through all of the changes in this version. Let's start with a new mob added to the game. Parrots are in this snapshot. They spawn in jungles in 4 different variants: red, blue, green and cyan versions. As a bird, they can fly around, but they also like to sit down when they get tired. They spawn with 3 hearts of health, and if you kill them, they drop a feather. They also like to imitate other mobs, both imitating their sounds and following them around. If you want a pet parrot, you can tame it using cookies. Right-click with a cookie in your hand on the parrot, and it will either just eat the cookie and spawn some particles, or it will show heart particles and become your pet. When it is your pet, it will follow you like other pets if you are near to them, and if you are further away, they will teleport to you. If you want them even closer by, you can right-click on one to put them on your shoulders. One fits on each shoulder, and currently don't try to pick up a third, because that one will simply disappear. Parrots on your shoulders will stay with you when you move around, even if you take to the skies using Elytra. However, if you jump, you will shake them off and they will fly to the ground. Of course, with a new added mob, there's also a new added spawn egg for them. The second big change in this version is that the recipe book has been added. In the crafting interface, there is now a little book icon that you can click to open your recipe book. This contains any recipes that you have discovered, and discovering recipes is done in different ways. Many of them are simply discovered by getting the appropriate ingredients, but some have other requirements like chests that are discovered by simply filling up 9 different inventory slots, torches that unlock by having a stone pickaxe, or boats that unlock whenever you get close to water. Whenever a recipe is unlocked, there's currently a chat message. This is a temporary thing, and it will be removed in the next snapshot. The recipe can be clicked to show the ingredients directly in your crafting grid. Do note that a red border around the item means that you do not have the required materials to craft that item right now, and some items are grouped up in a single square even though there are multiple versions of them, and clicking that will bring up an overview of all of the different recipes so you can choose one. If you're in the 2x2 crafting grid in your inventory, any recipes that require a 3x3 area to craft will not show up in that recipe book. Of course, if you enter a world normally, you do not have to unlock recipes, you can simply craft things the good old-fashioned way. Together with this, there's one other change to crafting, and that is the fact that if you close the crafting window while you have items in the crafting grid, they will no longer spew out into the world. Instead, they will, if possible, be put back into your inventory. The second change to items and to crafting in this snapshot is a new system called advancements. This is a replacement for the old achievement system, and you can bring up your advancements user interface with a new button in the same place as the achievements button used to reside. Advancements are split up into several categories in different tabs. There's currently a few different ones for vanilla, but map makers can add specific ones into their own custom maps. An advancement is a storyline-like upgrade tree that can display both icons and some text, for example when you obtain new items. The idea behind the system is that it is fully customizable and data-driven, but there's only limited support for that in this first release in this snapshot. More customization options for mapmakers will be coming later, and later in this video we'll discuss all of the available details for mapmakers. Let's move on to the next change in the game though. There's now a new Narrator feature. You can toggle it on or off by holding the Control key and pressing B.
Narrator active.
The Narrator has a very simple function. It will read out anything said in chat to you using text-to-speech.
Slicedlime, are you liking this snapshot yet? It's awesome if you ask me. And you should trust me, because I'm an unbiased narrator.
There are some changes to how things look and are displayed in the world. Beacons and enchantment tables now have their name visible in the world when you hover the crosshair over them. This includes a custom name if you rename that item. Another visual fix is that the new glazed terracotta textures have been slightly tweaked to remove any accidental resemblance to the symbolisms used by some very hateful organizations. In terms of technical updates, this version of Minecraft, both the client and the server, require Java version 8. In general, if you're using the new launcher, this should not be a problem and the launcher will be installing the correct version of Java for you. However, if you're running a server, you might have to make sure that you upgrade your Java runtime environment to the correct version. This should also be good news for any modders out there who can now finally start using those Java 8 features. Now let's move on to how all of these new features impact map makers and command blockers. Of course, since there's a new mob, that mob also is an entity and can be summoned. It is called Minecraft Parrot and works much like the other mobs that can be pets. The player also has new tags. They are called shoulder entity left and shoulder entity right, and they save the entity data of the entity that is currently residing on the player's left and right shoulders, respectively. Since there's no player data command, you can only modify these by using an external editor, and it seems that currently if you do, whatever entity you put in the left or right slots will render as a parrot. There are also two other new tags in the player. They are seen credits, which turns to 1 if the player has seen the credits, and the recipe book, which is a string representing a JSON data structure listing all of the recipes that a player has unlocked. A new game rule has been added to this version of the game. It is do limited crafting, and when switched on it will require recipes to be unlocked before use. This, together with the ability to do custom recipes, will open up a vast amount of new options for custom map makers. A new item has been added to the game as well. It is called the Knowledge Book, and it is a green colored book. By giving a player such a book with a recipes tag inside of it, that player can then right-click to use the book and unlock all of the recipes that are inside of it. The advancement system is customizable for custom maps as well. You can put custom advancements inside the save folder under data/advancements. The JSON files for unlocking recipes are under data/advancements/recipes, and the recipes themselves are under /recipes. The exact format of these files is a little bit out of scope for this video, but I'll try to link a good resource as an example for how these files look in the description for the video. The Advancements UI is a tab-based UI, and you can open your own tabs. The entire thing is data-driven, including the positioning and layout of your advancements tree, so all you need to do is specify the data. Each tab can have a different background. It is currently just a single texture that is on repeat, for now. The /achievement command disappears in this version since achievements are gone, and it is replaced with the /advancement command. It has 3 functions, that is /advancement's grant to give a player an advancement, /advancement's test to see if a player has an advancement, and revoke to take away an advancement. Another new command is /recipe with give or take as the first argument a player and then a name of a recipe or star for every recipe. And this can unlock or lock the given recipe for that given player. That was all for the map making stuff, and of course this wouldn't be a snapshot unless it also had some bugs, so let me quickly go through some of the bugs that have already been discovered for this version. Perhaps one of the most important bugs, crafting does not work in this version if you're playing it on a server, and more crafting bugs even in single player are the fact that paper-based recipes like fireworks or books are not available at all. It is impossible to craft fireworks or books in this version. There's also an item duplication bug in this version. Finally, there's a rendering related problem, so some blocks like mob head blocks and the gateways and signs don't render properly. Now, with all of that said, there are probably even more bugs that I haven't found out about yet, so if you try this version, please exercise a bit of caution. Try it on a test world or on a backup of your world. It could crash or it could even corrupt your world. If you do want to try it, head into your Minecraft launcher and select the profile in the profile selection drop-down box that says Snapshots. Start the game and you will be playing the latest Snapshot version, which is currently this one, 17w13a. And that was all for this time. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please help me out in return and leave a like. My name is slicedlime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Take care, bye bye.